Welcome to day 2 of the Growth Mindset week. So let's jump straight into it. If you haven't already, find a quiet area, find a place to sit where you'll not be disturbed. Remember to block in 10 minutes every day for this. For most, doing it at the same time, as I mentioned, either before brushing your teeth or after, ensures it won't be missed. Whatever works best for you. To help explain the concept of a growth mindset, it is useful to have a quick review of what the opposite is. What is a fixed mindset? So having a fixed mindset can lead to several setbacks and weaknesses, and these are the top 5. Firstly, it limits your growth potential. You may believe that your abilities are fixed and you can't change or improve that. If you don't believe it can't be done, you're probably right. If you do believe it can be done, again, you're probably right too. With a fixed mindset, you're less able to cope with stress and setbacks. You see them as a reflection of your abilities rather than opportunities for growth. Thirdly, with a fixed mindset, you're more likely to avoid challenges and opportunities. Fourthly, with this fixed mindset, you'll be less motivated to learn new things, take on new challenges. If you don't believe it, no one else will. And lastly, with a fixed mindset, you'll be less able to adapt to new situations and changes in your environment. In the fight game, there are lots of changes, last-minute changes, injuries, opponents pulling out. A growth mindset is key to being fluid and equanimous. Let's bring out that side of us. The way we're going to do that is by refining our mind-strengthening technique. Today we are improving our awareness of thoughts. We have on average 70,000 thoughts a day. So just think about that. From the moment you wake up to the moment you lay your head down at night. Most of this goes by without us knowing. We spend most of our day and our lives as passengers to our thoughts. We're going to learn to notice them so that we can be proactive in our relationship with them. So this will continue to make more sense and be super powerful over the coming weeks. So settle in nicely, and we're going to do 2 things. We're going to sit with our backs nice and straight. Secondly, we're going to close our eyes. Again, if you struggle with this, you can keep your eyes open. But again, I highly recommend you doing it with your eyes closed to get the full experience. Let's begin by taking in 5 deep breaths. Take a deep inhale through the nose, really filling up your lungs to maximum capacity. Then releasing carbon dioxide through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Continue doing this for 3 breaths. Okay, now we're breathing normally, back to our normal rhythm. As you do all day and all night, this phenomenon just happens naturally, keeps us alive. Let's just remind ourselves of yesterday's anchor. As you breathe in and as you breathe out, remind yourself of where your anchor is. Where do you notice the sensation of breathing most noticeably? Let's spend 10 breaths with the anchor, reminding ourselves, refamiliarizing ourselves, following the sensation of the breath on the inhale and the exhale. Now I want you to picture yourself in the ring, moving around, feeling light on your feet. Bring this vivid image to mind. Can you see it? Now we're going to pop that thought bubble, and we're going to do so by accessing our anchor. So with full concentration, divert all of your attention now to your breathing, to your anchor. Where do you feel the sensations of your breath? Let's change from thinking to sensation. Now picture yourself sitting in the corner of the ring on a stool. And imagine seeing this image from above your head, looking down. Now let's interrupt this thought and align our concentration muscles to our breathing. If in doubt, your default question is, where do I feel my breath most predominantly as I inhale and then as I exhale? Different people find this exercise harder than others, but everyone makes improvements. Go at your own speed. Remember, this is your journey, no one else's. Now bring to mind a sparring session that you had that went well. Imagine yourself in the ring. Visualize the footwork. Feel the sweat on your face. Feel the sweat trickling down your back. Now, as I say anchor, I want you to drop that thought and fully bring your attention to your breath, to the inhale and the exhale. If you're still thinking about the sparring or something else, that's fine. Just gently remind yourself with kindness. Return to your anchor. Now imagine yourself walking into the stadium, into the arena with the bright lights, seeing your friends, seeing your coaches and trainers. What emotions does that bring? Okay, now we're going to drop that thought bubble. We're going to pop it. And we're going to fully divert our attention back to the inhale and to the exhale. What we're doing is we're changing from thinking to the sensation of the thought. When we do that, we change from thinking to being in the present moment. Okay, as we come to the end of this exercise, remember that at any moment when we're thinking, we have the power to stop the thought and return to the present moment. We do so by accessing our anchor. This was an introduction to visualization and to mindfulness. Let's end by taking in 3 deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Come on, one last big one. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the room. Now with a growth mindset, you'll be more motivated to learn new things, take on new challenges and grow as a person. Now this can improve your performance in school, at work, in relationships, not just in the ring, not just as a fighter. Additionally, you'll be better able to learn from your mistakes and from feedback, which will help you improve your performance and achieve your goals. So 2 things now. Click today's date in the tracker. See if you get that check or that tick. Keep up this momentum. Secondly, in the notes section of the program, under week 1, if you want to write what you found challenging, write what you took out of this session, and anything that's useful to you. So when you look back on this on reflection day, on day 7, or you look back at the end of the course. Again, this also helps me to update my courses to make it the best experience for fighters. Congrats on day 2, and tune in tomorrow, where we will explore habit and memory.